Barbara and I'm so happy that you're here today because today we have Nevermoreathon Vlog 3. It is today Saturday, August 23rd. So last time I talked to you in the last vlog was on Sunday last week. And I haven't talked to you the entire week because just nothing interesting happened. I did sprint on Tuesday and read a bit, but I, did not read enough to update you. And then the entire week it just passed by. I did not have much time to read. I was editing the vlog and was preparing for the weekend reading challenge that we are having right now. So we started yesterday and we continue until tomorrow. So it's like a challenge weekend, and I have quite ambitious plans this weekend. So this month I started with planning HRCYED challenge into the weekly reading challenges, not weekly reading challenges, weekend reading challenges. And if you don't know what HRCYED is, I will link it down below, but it is the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do. On July 7th began the second round of it. I did not know about it the first round around, but now I decided to kind of join because I think it's fun. There are 25 challenges basically to complete within 1 year, which sums up to be about two challenges a month, but we're gonna stick to one challenge a month and then see what books will fit the rest. So for this month, instead of spinning the wheel to which challenge I'll be doing, which I'm gonna be doing the following reading challenges, this time I decided to do the challenge that is complete a readathon. So it is now the Nevermoreathon readathon. I'm their team leader, so I decided to attempt that, finish the readathon, means read all the prompts that you are supposed to. And so for that, to complete that this weekend, I need to read 6 books or finish 3 and read 3 more. Now I picked the 3 more, they are short, so that feels somewhat doable, but the first 3 are not that short. And one of them I need to prioritize because that is for another HRCYED challenge. It's the Master Jeweler. And I have that as an arc, and it was published 24th of June or something like that. And today actually is the last day for it to fulfill, read it within 60 days of publishing. So I need to finish that book today to complete for that challenge, because one of the challenges is to read a book published in every month of the year. So I started with the June one. And then I also need to read the July one this month or next month, but we'll see about that. But the June one I have to finish today. So I'm basically sitting here all day and doing this puzzle, which you saw. Let me show you the progress. So here we have the progress. We have the edges, which you saw earlier, and here we have almost complete Nevermore Academy. There is Wednesday, and now we're working on the edges and everything, fill it in. So quite good progress, I would say, in 1 day. So as you could see, that's the puzzle I got from Vinted. Yesterday it arrived, so I showed you that, and it is 500 pieces. It is Ravensburger puzzle, and it is a circle one, so it's really difficult. And the colors, I started with the yellow because there is obviously only a few pieces with the yellow on it, and then the rest, it's so difficult. It's so difficult, honestly, why am I doing this to myself? But I thought it was, a Wednesday themed activity for Nevermore readathon. So that's what I did. And then also I can listen to audiobook while doing that. So it's 2 in 1. And I'm jumping from topic to topic, I'm sorry. But what is Master Jeweler about? Because I'm listening to that while doing the puzzle, is it's a historical fiction set in Shanghai it's set around 1920s, 1930s. And we follow our main girl, Anu. And she grew up in a Chinese town close to the Russian borders. And one day she meets a jeweler who lost his a jeweled egg. And so she finds this egg and returns it to him, and he's like, oh, you know what, whenever you come to Shanghai, I will help you out, I will take care of you, so here is my card. So she continues living with her mother because they are on her own, living there and struggling. And one day there is some kind of occupation happening in the village, and the mother is killed. So Anu is an orphan and doesn't know how to pay off the rent of the apartment where she's living. So she decides to go to Shanghai and search out this jeweler. And so she starts working with them. He has a jewelry store in Shanghai. And yeah, she basically learns how to become a jeweler, and we follow her story. And there are some things that are very frustrating and some things that are less frustrating. She is young right now. I'm about 60% through, 70, and she's about 20 years old. So she's very young throughout the book, and she does some very reckless things. But, you know, 20-year-old, I guess makes sense, but I wish she would have made some smarter choices. But so far, I'm very much enjoying it. I think it's very interesting, especially with all the jewelry talk. Like, it's so fancy. So, yeah. I'm reading that. That's one of the challenges that I have, or, you know, the reading 900-ish pages. And then another challenge I have is related to the app Finch, which I now installed on my phone and is kind of helping me to take care of myself and take care of the household and just do good things for myself that I try to do, and then I get rewarded for doing them. And my Finch little bird grows. And so I want to work with that and send Finch on adventure every day, because that is not that difficult, but I feel like if I just focus on reading the entire weekend, I might neglect some of those tasks. So that is one goal, to send my Finch on adventure every day and to complete the daily quests on it, which shouldn't take that long, but it's still a task to, you know, look into. But if you're interested, definitely let me know. I can talk about it a bit more in another video, but I'm not sure if this is really interesting for that many of you. So I'm just flying by that. Then I also got a package, a Spanish book for self-learners or solo learners. So I'm going to start learning Spanish again. Now, I did study Spanish when I was in high school for 4 years. And so I have some, you know, like I know a lot of Spanish. But I feel like when I do Duolingo, I can learn the vocabulary, but sometimes I get lost on the grammar. So I really want to get into the grammar of Spanish and get the foundation. The storage got full, so it got cut off. So anyway, so I'm going to be starting learning Spanish again to get a good foundation. But today I got 2 more packages. One of it is related to Spanish, so I think that should be this one. So let me open it. Yes, here, let's see what it is. Here. I think this one is, yes. This one is related to the Spanish, because I'm now kind of like learning how to learn Spanish again, because there is a certain, you know, strategy when you're learning on your own that you should follow to get the most out of it. And how I'm learning it, one of the key aspects is to have a notebook that you love, a beautiful notebook that you want to just use all the time. So I bought 2 beautiful notebooks. They have this here, and they are lined, and I mean, isn't this gorgeous? And they are not like completely hard, they bend, but they are also quite hard. And how gorgeous, how beautiful is this? So definitely I will want to do my best to learn Spanish in this and use them. And look at the other one, it's the same style. So absolutely gorgeous. I'm so happy, so excited to start learning. Not today, but next week I will start. And then I got one more package, which is a book I wanted to get out of. Why is it open? It was open. It was just open. All right. A package or a book I wanted to get, but it was so expensive everywhere. But I really wanted it. I really want to read it, and I want to have it signed. And it is My Friends by Frederick Backman. It is a hardcover. It's just the dark blue. So it's no special edition or anything like that. But I love Frederick Backman, or so far most of what I read, loved it. And I'm gonna be meeting him at the end of September at the book fair, or while meeting him. He has a talk there, interview with Jack Edwards actually. And I hope he'll be signing books. So I'm gonna bring this, have it signed. So this is a priority to have it read, because I do not want to bring a book that I haven't read to have it signed, you know, if it makes sense. So this I planned to read this month, but so far I haven't gotten to it, so definitely gonna be on my next month's TBR. And I just love the cover. Look at the cover. That was kind of also a goal for this weekend, but I was like, yeah, according to the delivery, I was supposed to get it on Monday, so I can't put it on like finish the board because this is Watcher on the cover prompt that I was missing. But I also was like, I don't really want to speed through it. I want to enjoy this. So I will wait with this one for another time, not this weekend. But these are the packages that I got. I'm so excited about all of this. So I'm gonna, oh no! It had a glue on the opposite side, so it screwed up my puzzle. But not too much, so it's okay. But yeah, that is the update for now. I'm going to continue with my puzzle, listening, even though the sprint ends in 20 seconds, so no more listening in this bit. But as the day progresses, I'm gonna continue doing my puzzle, listening to the audiobook to try to get as much of it done as possible. And then we are going to be planning the TBR together for Aurelium later in the evening. So I'm super duper excited about that. All right, we just wrapped up the Aurelium TBR planning session. It's now 10:30 in the evening. It's crazy. But before the live show started, I was doing the puzzles. So I can show you now what the progress is on that. And then I'll go out just in a second. And I have only 1 hour and 15 minutes left in my book. So I can definitely finish it today. I have 1 hour and 40 left until midnight. And, if I need to, I can stay probably a bit longer. I can listen to it on audiobook because I don't, like to not fall asleep. But so I'm going to do that and finish that book. I completed the Finch tasks and quests for today. So at the moment, I'm almost 25% through. So when I finish the book, I think I'll give myself that I finished 25% of the challenge and then can take a reward. I did have some strawberries now, so I had a healthy snack, but I think I'm allowed healthy snack even without a reward, right? Like that's just candied strawberries, what? Had strawberries. Anyway, the planning live show was so much fun, as always it is. Here is a piece of my stack. I'm not going to show you too much because I will film a TBR video about it, even though you might probably see it before you see this video. So it's okay. But anyway, here is the stack, and that's not all of them, because I'm doing Wealth from Druid for Aurelium, which is 12 books. So this is just a little part of it, but I'm so excited for it, even though it's impossible. So now I kind of have to sit down and figure out how I can read some books for multiple prompts using some of the scrolls. So I'll have to figure that out. But for now, we've got 12 books picked. I'm excited about all of them. So we'll see how it goes. I'd love to read all 12 of them, but I don't know how it'll be possible because I'll probably be having to do a lot of overtime. But girl can hope. But now let's go check the puzzle, how that went. Today I will continue tomorrow, and then I'm going to do probably some coloring by numbers because I don't know if I'm that much in the mood to continue the puzzle, even though I know I took a break, so maybe I'll continue. We'll see what I feel like. So let's go out there and check it out. All right, good morning. It is now Sunday morning. What is it? 11 o'clock. We just had breakfast, so a bit late start, but that's okay. It's just need to get my sleep as well, not only challenge. But last night I finished The Master Jeweler. I don't know what I will rate it because overall I really enjoyed it, but the ending was not exactly what I expected. Like there was one aspect introduced in the end that I thought, I don't know how to describe it, but I just felt like it was like a big jump from the entire story. We are kind of trying to, we are diving into the jewelry underworld, basically, of Shanghai and Asia and the world. And then in the end, it kind of jumped into Japan wants to take over Shanghai. And like war is beginning, which in a way, it also, like, it makes sense. And like that was important to the story that the war began, but there was one character introduced that was just like absolutely crazy and just wanted to take over the world, and she wanted to take back what's hers, and she wanted everything, and I just was like, that doesn't really fit the vibe for me. I did not like that part, but otherwise I really enjoyed it. I really like the ending as well. It was a little bit rushed, the ending, I feel like, and there were of course some things throughout the book that I just thought were cringeworthy. So yeah, I'm really conflicted about that book, but I really enjoyed it. I would definitely read something else by the author, but it was not exactly what, you know, I would love from historical fiction. But that's on me. So I think I'll be like 3.5, low 4 stars, I would say. It was good. And that gave me 175 points for Nevermoreathon. So it completed 3 prompts. It completed the book with teamwork, because there are the jewelers that were cooperating and making jewelry together. Book with unfair play, because there was lots of stealing and murder and stuff like that. So I would say that's unfair play. And then the last one I counted for was diverse book, because it's set in Asia by Asian author, and yeah, we had different characters. We had French character in Shanghai and everything. Like, it was all mixed up, so I think that counts very well. And then I did the diagonal on the bingo, so got 175 points for that and completed it for HRCYED. So June completed for the new releases, and now only the rest of the books for the weekend are to be read, which is 728 pages. So that's not going to happen. But today's strategy is a bit different than yesterday, because yesterday I started with the longest one because it was a deadline. Today I'm going to start with the shortest one. So today we're just gonna go shorter and like always the shortest one that I have least pages left to read. So we've got what we have left, like a pick, is Daughter of the Pirate King. I have 144 pages left. I've got Cultish, 122 pages left. The Gold Bug, 86 pages. I haven't started this one. Queen Bee, haven't started that one either. 168 pages. And Rescue at Lake Wild, 208 pages. So if we start from the shortest one always, the next one I'm gonna be listening to is the Gold Bug. The idea is to get things done, to kind of feel like, okay, this is ticked off, you know, to get most of them ticked off from the list. So next one is the Gold Bug. So I'm going to be starting that. That's the short story by Edgar Allan Poe. So I'm going to be listening to that on audiobook. I think it should take about 1 hour. I'm gonna finish my puzzle because let me show you how far I got while listening last night after I showed you the progress. So this is what's left. This center of the puzzle is left, and these are all the pieces that should go there. So it feels like maybe I can even finish while listening to Edgar Allan Poe. We'll see. So going to start with that, and because I finished the book last night and had the Finch completed as well, I reached 25% of my challenge, so I deserve a reward. What is the reward? I need to roll a die. Let me roll a die. We've got 6 options. I changed 2 of them because I sent to Discord these like options for rewards, but 2 of them are part of my challenge, so I don't want my reward to be part of the challenge, even though in a way it would help with the challenge, right? But that's not the mindset today. I don't want any help, but I am adding help because I replaced those 2 with something else. So we've got if I roll 1, it's a skincare, 2 is guilt-free activity, so like gaming, for example. I feel like I could do some gaming. 3, a massage. 4, Henrik does the dishes today, or now, because otherwise I'll go do dishes now, soon. 5 is sweets or snack, and 6 is a cocktail. So let's see what I roll. 5, sweets or snack. Does it count yesterday that I had strawberries? Does it count as a snack? I don't think so.
No.
What else do we have as a snack? Chips. Anything else?
More strawberries.
More strawberries. Cineminis, I think.
Oh.
Yes. So gonna get cineminis, but not right now because we just had breakfast. So that's gonna be a little bit later. But going to have Cine Minis later. Because that's, I don't know if you know what it is. It's, we got it from Slovakia. In Slovakia, it used to be quite popular. I don't know these days. I don't spend much time in Slovakia, so I don't know anymore. But it is kind of like a cereal with cinnamon coating, kind of. And it's so delicious. I love it. I love it so much. And when we're in Slovakia now in summer, we brought some. So I still have some of that. But because it's with sugar as well, I try to just like eat very little of it. And very, rarely. So I still have some left. So I feel like that could be a good reward. Just get myself a bowl of Cine Minis. So that's the goal. Well, not the goal. That's the plan. And yeah, let's go into the listening, finish the puzzle, and I'll check in with you later. And then it's sprinting in 35 minutes. So I get 35 minutes for this. So I'll see you later. Now 4 o'clock-ish in the afternoon. I finished the gold bugs, or the gold bug. I don't know what I'll rate it. I will have to think about it a little bit, but I did not like it. I mean, first of all, it is racist. There is a lot of like racial slur in it. It is an old book, and I did not feel like it was that like detrimental to the black character that was in the book. Like it was set in the time when it was normal, and I don't think he was a slave either. So it wasn't like horrible, but it was, was a little bitter taste. Otherwise, it was quite interesting. I actually can't explain to you what it was about because I do not understand. There was some gold bug that they found, and then they found some riddle that they were trying to solve. And they were supposed to go somewhere and look somewhere and do something in certain direction and certain distance. And there was like this riddle that they were trying to solve and to find some treasure. And that's basically it. And lots of the book was about trying to solve this riddle. I'm like, I'm not following. I'm not following like what's going on. So not my favorite thing I've ever read. It wasn't like horrible, but it was like, I'm not tempted to pick another Edgar Allan Poe, to be honest. It was the first time, and it could be my second chance author for Aurelium now. But it's fine. Yeah, that's that. So I logged it to the Nevermoreathon. I only managed to fit it into one prompt, which is a shame. Oh, I could have got it for more prompts. Oh my god. For some of the, because I only counted it for the prompts, like only check the prompts that I haven't ticked yet, but I could have counted it for the ones that I already ticked and still get the points. Oh, I screwed up, doesn't matter. But then I continued with the book that I had second least pages left in, and that's Cultish, so I'm listening to that now. I have 1 hour and 10 minutes left in that, so I'll finish that soon, I think. And in the meantime, I finished also my paint color by numbers. I think it's Moscow, which... fantastic, but oh well. So got this one, And I don't know, now I think I want to go do a little bit more of physical things. So maybe do vacuum to get that off the challenge for the Finch. I was thinking exercise and clean the bathroom. I have 45 minutes until I'm sprinting, until I start sprint on YouTube. So I have a little bit of time. So we'll see what's gonna happen in the time, if I'm gonna do some workout or something. But yeah, I continue listening to Cultish, and yeah, hope to be done with that soon. So I'll be done with 3 books, and then we'll see how far I'm in the challenge, because so far with finishing the gold bugs, I only got to 41% of the weekend challenge. So not quite 50%, so not quite second reward yet, but hopefully with finishing Cultish in about 1.5 hours, I will get to half. And I don't know what the reward is for 50%, but we'll check that later. So let's go do something useful now. Hello, it is now Tuesday. I'm sprinting. Yes, I'm now in the living room. I have tennis on because US Open is on. So I have tennis and I'm sprinting here. It's about 9 o'clock in the evening. So I haven't checked in with you since Sunday. We wrapped up the Sunday reading challenge at around 11. I think we wrapped up sprints. So it was pretty intense, but I did manage to finish Cultish, and then I also managed to finish Daughter of the Pirate King. So I finished 4 out of 6 books that I planned to read on the weekend. So I'm very impressed. It was about like 400 something pages. 500? I don't know, a lot. I read a lot. What I thought, Cultish, I did enjoy it. So it is a non-fiction book, basically studying cults. So we start from the most horrifying cults, where, you know, back in the day, 60s, 70s, or I don't know how long, last century, there were some cults that really manipulated and brainwashed the people into unaliving themselves in huge numbers. And I think at one point there was like even where 200 people unalive themselves. So horrible. But then we go and explore modern day cults or organizations that use cult-like language. And the focus of the book wants to be on the language, and we do dive into it a little bit, like what the language is and what language the companies use to lure in the people and to try to convince them to sign up. So I think it was very interesting to kind of like dissect what different big companies use as like slogans or communication with the public, how they lure people in. But so I think it was really good and I really enjoyed it. But at the same time, there were some things that I was not that big a fan of. Like, it felt as if the author kind of got like got ruined by her profession, because she's so called in everything. And for example, she also talked about Peloton. If you don't know what Peloton is, it is this kind of organization or company that sells bikes, but also a monthly subscription, where they provide you with exercise programs and biking especially. They are focused on that, but also yoga, Pilates, and running, and etc., with instructors, and you can achieve things, you can share with other people. It's a community of people working out together. And she very strongly suggested that Peloton is a cult. She did not say that. And then she also said that, no, Peloton actually is not a cult, but it does use cultish language. And it just like really felt like a lot of the time, it was not that clear that she is not saying that Peloton is a cult. And that was with many organizations and many different things, like different kinds of workout programs, that she kind of was like, this is very cultish, this is very manipulative to people, and things like that. And I just, that didn't sit right with me, because comparing Peloton, where people work out from the comfort of their home, with a cult from 70 years ago, where people were forced to unalive themselves, feels like very different situations. and it didn't feel like the author really made the distinction that clear. So it felt a little bitter in my mouth at some points during the book, but I still enjoyed it. I think I learned a lot about some cults. I don't remember any of the names because I just listened to it. I didn't actually see the names written. But I would give it like 3.5 stars, I think. I think it was interesting, and I would, not specifically recommend. It's not the best nonfiction book I've ever read or anything like that. But if you're interested, go ahead, but it's nothing like groundbreaking. But then I finished Daughter of the Pirate King, and this one was a lot of fun. It's a YA fantasy, and I enjoyed it so much. I really didn't expect to enjoy it. I mean, I did hope I would, because I picked it for the group books. I knew I would have to read it, so I picked something that I would hopefully enjoy, but I just know how it usually goes for me and YA fantasy. So I was very cautious, but I really did enjoy it. So this is about Alosa, who is daughter of the Pirate King, and her father sends her on a mission to retrieve this map that would lead them to the treasure, or one of 3 maps that would lead them to the treasure. And so they find out that one of these maps is on this pirate ship, this specific pirate ship. So the father sends her out to be kidnapped by these pirates and to search their ship. So we spend most of the book on this ship, following her, how she is, thrown in the cage and had guards, and there is this first mate on the board, like first hand of the captain, who is very attractive and very nice to her. They develop a certain toxic relationship from the beginning, at least, like, because they really they like each other, but also are really like betraying each other all the time, and it's so much fun. The banter is hilarious. She is really smart and very, very well prepared. She seems very arrogant from the start, but by the end of the book we do understand why. From the beginning of the book it's not that obvious, even though in the beginning there is a scene in the first chapter where she already kills men and can really stand her own, but it still feels kind of like maybe she's a little bit too arrogant. But by the end of the book we know why, and it really was entertaining. And I was not sure if I would read the second one, and I'm still not sure if I would read the second one, but the last sentence was a great hook, and just how it was wrapped up, I felt like it was really well done. Like, I don't really need to read the next one, but if I choose one day, I would be very happy to. So yeah, this one's good. I think 4 stars deserved. Considering it's a YA fantasy, so if I rate it as a YA fantasy, this definitely 4 stars would be. So this is done, and then I had 2 books left. So I had Rescue at Lake Wild and Queen Bee left, and I did not manage to even start them on the weekend, but I actually finished Rescue at Lake Wild today. I started yesterday on the sprints because we had sprints on Discord, and finished it today. It was only 2-hour audiobook, so it was real quick. But just to wrap up the weekend, I think I completed about 65%, 70% of my challenge, and saved 15 red pandas. So I will be donating 15 euros to the Red Panda Network organization, and I'm very excited about how I did. Now, Rescue at Lake Wild. I now listened to that. The audiobook, the narrator was super annoying. I don't have a physical of it, so I couldn't switch, but the narrator was super annoying, and I could not imagine these kids sounding like that. But I really enjoyed the story. I thought it was really heartwarming and hopeful and adventurous and silly, and loved it. If you don't know what this is, actually, it is a children's book or middle grade book about our main character Maddie and her 2 friends who find 2 beavers that were shot, and they find out that they had babies, these beavers. So they rescue the babies and try to take care of them, but she's not, our main character Maddie, she's not allowed to bring in any more rescue animals because she already has too many and already has done it too many times. And we have lots of references to Jane Goodall, which was really refreshing, and I really like that. And yeah, we follow these three characters, these three friends, trying to rescue these beavers, save them, take care of them while their parents are not supposed to find out. And then they are trying to figure out who killed the beavers, because obviously they did not die of natural causes, so they're trying to figure out who killed them. And it's a whole thing, and I really loved it. I really loved how silly they were, and I also loved the ending. It was fantastic. Very, very good middle grade, and I definitely recommend if you like animals and nature and want something short and summary. Really enjoyed that one. And now I started Queen Bee by Juno Dos, which is the prequel to the series Her Majesty's Royal Coven. I read so far only the first book in that series, but I gave it 5 stars, so I have high hopes for the series. I heard this one is not as good, but I'm gonna give it a try. It's very short, and I hope it will, extend the world, so I hope. And I got 12 pages in, and I wanted to read it at the same time as listening to it to kind of like speed up the process, because that's the fastest way I can read. And the audiobook is annoying. Like, the voice of the narrator is very nice, but she's making too long pauses between sentences, and even after each comma in a sentence. And it's just too distracting. I cannot focus on the text or on the story, because all the time I'm frustrated at how long she takes to say the next part of the sentence. And it's not that she's talking slow. She's talking normal speed, but then long break between the sentences, and it's driving me crazy. So I'm not gonna continue with the audiobook. I'm gonna just continue physically. And it is now Saturday morning-ish, 11 o'clock almost, so I'm about to hop on the sprints. Starting sprints at 11 instead of planned 10, because we went to the gym. They had this, what is it called in English?
Inauguration.
Inauguration of the gym, because they were renovating it past 2 months-ish. And so they were opening it at 10 today, and the first 50 people got some goodie bag. So we could... we both got a goodie bag, and we can have a look at what we got in the goodie bag from the gym. First, we got some Body Lab 70% protein. Whey 100 Ultimate Chocolate Protein Powder. No sugar added. I doubt that's vegan. It's not vegan, so that's for you. That's probably gonna be the theme of the bag, to be honest. This is for building strength. Brownie coconut flavor protein bar. From Sats. Don't know if it's vegan. Can contain eggs, contains milk for you. That's fine. Peanut caramel protein bar. 16 grams of protein, no sugar added. Well, I like the theme, but milk. But then we got the drink, which we got to try actually. They had it in like a little glasses. It looked very fancy, to be honest. So I got the drink. I got the lemon lime flavor. Raspberry, thank you. That's mine.
I guess this is the one we...
Yeah, this is the one we had. It was really good, actually.
Yeah, it was
so
good.
I wouldn't mind. Why am I in the center and you're not there at all? There we go.
Because you are the main person.
And then I got Celsius Lip Fit Strawberry Lemonade, sparkling something. Essential energy, 7 vitamins, natural flavors. This looks vegan. I hope it is.
Yeah, energy drink.
Energy drink contains 200 milligrams caffeine, which is probably a lot for me. Do you have the same flavor?
Yeah, I have the same.
And then got a mini towel. It's not that mini, but it's nice. So I guess for when you're working out, but I typically don't sweat that much when I work out, unless it's like really hot. So yeah. I expected also a water bottle, kind of hoped for a water bottle. You're again out of the picture. How are you? Uh, so I'm a little disappointed there was no water bottle, but that's okay. Got a towel. And got chia
Pudding.
pudding.
Wasn't part of the
No,
box
goodie bag.
or yeah.
But
benefit.
we got it as like a kind of like snack that they were serving there. So we got even spoons, but we should put it in the fridge because it's already melting.
Yeah, and it was with raspberry, passion fruit, and mango or something.
Oh, that sounds good.
Sounds great.
So I'm gonna have some of that later. But then, anything else? Do you have something different there? Maybe different flavors, but pretty much the same thing.
Oh,
Iced tea peach.
iced tea peach.
Very nice.
Protein powder.
Is that vegan? Most likely not.
And salty peanut flavor on the Sats bar.
Oh, nice. I don't understand this. What is Vasle protein isolate? That's milk.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So also not vegan, but it's okay. Yeah, but it's okay. Very nice bag. And then on the way back, I stopped in to pick up a package. Well, I'm not gonna show you my address, I hope. It was a little bit open, so complaints to the mailing company or somebody, I don't know. But maybe what are they, Irish? Sorry, this is a friend's joke. I'm not, I don't hate Irish people. If you know me, you know I love Ireland. Got some sticker or something. But yeah, I ordered it from Redbubble. And it is very much on theme with the upcoming month. And I'm so excited. It took me so many years to finally get this. I always remembered too late. Oh, that's big. Aurelium Academy hoodie with a hoodie. And yeah, it's really warm. Okay, but this is, I don't know if it's that cold yet, but it's a bit big. I have to say, I did order M because I was like, yeah, it's M. Because I was thinking like XS would be probably too small. So S, and it's like, if you like baggy hoodies, you're supposed to order one size big. But I think this is too big. This looks very large. I'm gonna try it on. Okay, let's see. It's really big. Oh my god, so warm. So warm. But very nice and cozy, so I mean, maybe it's a bit too big. Maybe S would be enough.
Yeah, probably.
S would be still baggy, but not this huge. Well, I can put, if I'm filming a video and I want to look nice, I can put like a clip in the back or something. Otherwise, it's nice and baggy for home. But yeah, I've got my Orleum Academy hoodie now, so we'll see if I get to use it in September, depending on how cold it is, because now it's still inside 24 degrees, which is not exactly this kind of, like, I don't know, you probably can't see, but it's like really blanket kind of hoodie. So this is like winter hoodie. So we'll see. I gotta take it off. But yeah, exciting. Now it's time to hop on the sprints. I don't have any updates for you regarding reading. I haven't read much since I last talked to you, but I'm gonna try to finish this one today because it's the book club in the evening, or like the live show to discuss it in the evening. And I'm about 22 pages in. So this is the goal for today. And I have audiobook, so fingers crossed that works. But if it doesn't, that's fine. But that's the goal for the day. And I'll keep you updated. I finished. It is now, I don't know, 9:30 in the evening. And I just hopped off Denise's live show. She's still going, but I don't know. I'm sorry. I put on mascara in the morning and it's probably blurry now. I'm sorry. So I look like a panda now. Reverse panda. No, actual panda. Whatever. Yeah, I managed to finish this today before the live show. I was on the live show, like in the chatting, but then we got into some discussions. And just with the spiking stress levels recently, it's not working for me. So I hopped off and I just need a relaxing evening, and I will talk to you about this book probably tomorrow before I wrap up the vlog, but when I get some rest and when my stress levels drop a bit, because I'm feeling like it's not good, but not like I'm getting anxious or anything, but just uncomfortable, and it's getting close to bedtime, so I don't want to push it these days. So yeah, I will talk to you about the book another time, even though I did read like 360 pages from that book today. If I can do that now, I can do it during Aurelium as well. So there is hope. There is hope. But I'll talk to you tomorrow. It is now Sunday evening. I apologize for the bad light. I don't know how to fix that. It is 20 minutes till midnight. So it is almost midnight. Done. Day done. Month done. What am I doing? I'm so tired. But I want to talk to you about the books I read. So as I told you yesterday, I read My Darling Dreadful Thing. Now I had time to think about it a bit, and also after the live show when we discussed things in it, and I appreciate it a bit more than I did when I finished it. And I don't think that the things that bothered me enough to lower my rating as of right now. So as of right now, we are going for 4 stars. I really did enjoy this. It wasn't as creepy as I thought it would be. Like when I saw this cover, I felt strongly appalled. If it wasn't a group book for Nevermoreathon, I would have never picked this up because that's terrifying. But the book itself is not as terrifying at all. It was a lot. There are, of course, some things that are horrible that happen in it, but it wasn't as creepy as the cover suggests, at least not for me. So I did enjoy this. So this is basically about our main character, Rose, who can see a spirit called Ruth. And Rose, the main character, she is about 20 years old, and she is forced to participate in these 4 seances where she lets Ruth possess her and kind of pretend that they are bringing back the spirits of the people that died for the people who came, to talk to the people that died. And this is very abusive relationship between Rose and Mama, which is what she calls this woman she lives with. But she claims that she's not actually her mother. It's just what the woman insists on that she should call her. Then we meet a character who comes for one of the seances, and she ends up buying Rose out from the situation. And we follow the relationship of these 2 characters from then on, and it escalates and things happen. And it's really, as the author says in the beginning, in the author's note, it is more a love story and a story of trauma than a horror story or anything like that. So it was very interesting. I really liked it. I really liked the way it was done. Would I read anything else by the author? Unlikely. But if it ends up being some book club book or something, I will be looking forward to reading it. But unlikely that I would pick it up myself. But that's the group book, so that's extra 100 points. And then I finally finished today, just now, like 3 minutes ago, finished Queen Bee by Juno Dawson, which is basically prequel to the Her Majesty's Royal Coven series. And so this is set in 16th century in the age of Anne Boleyn. And we follow the group of witches around Anne Boleyn. And it's a short story. I did like it. I would not recommend this to be read first because it did not grip me as much as Her Majesty's Royal Coven book did, because that book I gave 5 stars. This I'm thinking 3.5. It was fun or very interesting. I did enjoy the story, but I felt like to give a high rating to this, I would need a bit more of a developed story, developed characters. And, in a short, it's not a short story. In a novella, sometimes it can be tricky to do. So I'm glad I read this, but I don't think it adds that much to the story. And it might embrace the foundation of the Her Majesty's Royal Coven and of the rules of the witches and why they are the way they are in the main series, and why the covens work they do. Otherwise, it was just okay. And this then sums up, or like this is the last book for the board. So now I completed the board. I will have to check what prompts this fits. On the board, I will try to find 3 for it. It definitely fits the companion novel, which is what I picked for this prompt, which is what I picked. And this also is for HRCYED, where there was a secret challenge or secret prompt for August. And it was a book with a punny title. And Queen Bee is definitely a punny title, I think. Actually, I realized all the books in this series have titles, like punny titles. So this was one of them. So I finished this for the HRCYED as well. And we shall see how the readathon went overall with the themes. I overall read, I think, 9 books, 8 or 9. I think 9. I'm not sure. So that is a huge improvement on my part compared to the past few months. But I definitely wanted to read a lot more. I did plan to read more books, but just work was crazy. And getting back from vacation and back into full throttle at work, it just was not that easy. So did not get to read as much as I wanted to, but I'm still okay. I finished the board, which requires at least 6 books, which is more than I typically read in the last few months. So, I did well. I think I did well. So thank you so much, Denise, for hosting this readathon. It was a lot of fun. And thank you for inviting me to be a team leader for the Goldbugs. Thank you, everybody on the Goldbugs, for doing so well and really fighting and getting us the points. And thank you, everybody else, of course, for joining the readathon. It wouldn't be as much fun without all of you. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. I hope you enjoyed it, somewhat at least. If you watched this far, leave me in the comment bee emoji. No, we already had that when I bought this book. So let's do a ghosty emoji instead for this book. Let's do a ghosty emoji instead. So please leave me a ghosty emoji in the comments down below. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!